So it was revealed that the writers for WWE have a checklist to go through for writing wrestling promos. I would say that if you're a wrestling writer and you need a checklist to write a wrestling promo, and it's a page long, maybe writing for wrestling isn't something you should be doing. Perhaps writing one-liners for Adam Levine to use on Blake Shelton might be more at your speed. Hello everyone, welcome again to this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, thank you folks for watching. Well, getting into something that broke earlier today, and that was some of the details in the conversation between the sides of WWE and Fox on the deal to acquire SmackDown Live. Acquire. Jeez. I'm like Michael Cole making up words right now. Anyway, apparently negotiations took place between Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, negotiating for WWE, and they negotiated directly with Rupert Murdoch, the owner of News Corp, which of course owns Fox. According to reports, Murdoch's selling point to get SmackDown Live on Fox was that he believes NBC Universal feels embarrassed to have professional wrestling on their channels. As you know, it's been widely reported how WWE got the NBC Universal deal. Vince McMahon, of course, has had former business dealings with the head of NBC Sports, Dick Ebersol. I think when they brought it back from Viacom, one of the vice presidents of I think the USA Network, actually used to work for Vince, and so getting it in there was easy, and then it got complacent, and then of course everybody knows the last deal was pretty lowballed, as far as things went. I think WWE was only getting, if you break down the deal, like maybe $1.8 million per episode, which both deals now put the number at closer to $4 million an episode. Substantially more money that can be put into the product, and hopefully keeping some talents around. But the big thing is, even if there's like a nugget of truth in what Rupert Murdoch is saying, it basically sounds like a push that Murdoch really wants to get WWE under the Fox banner in its entirety. It's being said that Fox, while the Disney deal is still not set in stone as of yet, which I mentioned earlier, the deal that Disney is doing to acquire basically 20th Century Fox, the film and aspect of the company. And Fox, the network, wants to focus more on sports and live entertainment. Sports and live entertainment. Sports, live entertainment. Sports, entertainment. Sports, entertainment. Oh my god, it's a perfect fit. But as stated before, WWE has made the deal with NBC Universal to keep Raw on USA, apparently. But yet, Fox is offering them 3 hours on their main channel for SmackDown Live. Even also doing a half-hour recap show on FS1, which some fans have speculated, that could be kind of cool. A half-hour show recapping SmackDown Live, which could be hosted by Renee Young, called Talking Smack. These ideas just, I don't know if anybody would watch something like that, but it's a good idea to kick around. But again, it will not be for a while for everything to come under the Fox banner that WWE produces. The deal for both these deals are 5 years in length. So it won't be anytime soon that everything WWE produces comes under the Fox banner, like preferably, like especially both Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Now again, the deal is basically a handshake deal. Details are still being worked out. Nothing is set in stone as of yet, but I'm sure, um, as soon as we get the knowledge, I will talk about it with you guys because you guys are awesome and you keep watching the show and you deserve to know. The universe has a right to know, and me, as its part-time defender, should do that for you. So, yeah, more on this as it develops. Well, some big news involving a couple of huge names in women's wrestling possibly getting signed with WWE. Again, these deals are not finalized, but these are two huge names that have been tossed around as far as signing with WWE. One of which is somebody that people have thought WWE should have signed about almost a year ago. That being Toni Storm. As everyone knows, she did make an appearance in the Mae Young Classic, making it as far as the quarterfinal, or making it as far as the semifinals. A lot of people put her as the odds-on favorite to win. But of course, unfortunately, there was never a deal made. There was not even an offer on the table. No one knows exactly why. Well, apparently, Storm has been advertised for several UK dates, including the WWE UK Championship tournaments, the 2-night event. And so it appeared, and so also it's been talked about that Storm has received a WWE contract. Now, this contract is very similar to what a lot of the UK talent have, like Trent Seven and, of course, the United Kingdom champion, Pete Dunne. Basically, where these guys could still work independent shows, things of that nature, and yet also appear for WWE. So it's kind of like a part-time deal, but it's still a very good deal because fans really like Toni Storm. I like watching her wrestle. She's great to watch, and why not sign her? It only makes logical sense. I mean, you should have done this a year ago, but now you got money. But another name thrown around, and this I'm even more excited about, and that is that the possibility. It's even been talked about that she is simply pending medical clearance, and that is Io Shirai, possibly coming to WWE. For those of you that don't know, last year Io Shirai was within an eyelash of being signed and being part of the Mae Young Classic. Unfortunately, they discovered a heart condition in her medical evaluation, and so she was scrapped. And Kairi Sane took her place, and we all know where that has gone from there. Io Shirai is easily one of the best female wrestlers on the planet today, and to have her come under the WWE banner, it says a lot. But again, this is at least reported pending medical evaluation. So, and as it's also a Toni Storm. None of these are official, but the rumblings are there, and these are fairly close, if not done deals, by the time I'm talking to you guys. So, huge news in the women's division. Great to hear that they're signing these two top talents, and yeah. And also, in reference to the second annual Mae Young Classic, WWE has also reached out to participants from the first one. I know that Serena Deeb has been contacted. I also know Viper, who wrestled under Piper Niven, made a great showing for herself in the tournament, has also been talked to. I think there's been some other names kicked around, but there also could be some fresh names. Nothing. I honestly haven't heard exactly what exactly who's been contacted and who said, okay, sure, I'll do it, or is like really giddy and jumped up and down like a schoolgirl. I don't know if female wrestlers do that. I mean, I know the Iconics do it on camera. Now, speaking of which, apparently things could be looking good for them as merchandise sales have been through the roof for their Iconics T-shirt, which people have been demanding for the past 2 years. But I digress. And so, good things could be coming to the Austins. So again, more on these contract talks, or whether or not they're going to get signed or not, as this develops. But I hope this develops because, like I said, these are two top tier talents in women's wrestling that WWE really needs to have. Now, moving on to America's favorite gas bag. No, not El Gas Bag. Although now he's an American citizen, so you can't deport him. Wonderful. No, I am referring to Enzo Amore, or if you want to go by his rap moniker now, Real One. He had been hinting that this Monday he had a big announcement in regards to the goings on in his life. Well, it turned out to be a release of snippets from from the music video for his first song called Phoenix. He refers to the incident that he was just cleared of by the Phoenix Police Department. He does take shots at his accuser, also taking shots at WWE. I think in the beginning of the video, there's this fat, overweight guy yelling at his mom, saying he was trying to watch the 25th anniversary of wrestling, which, as a lot of fans probably know, is a reference to the Raw 25th anniversary special, where Enzo was indeed dismissed by the company. Pretty much, from what I'm hearing, it's your prototypical diss track. What is it? Nothing's going to change your opinion of Enzo. If you like him, you'll probably like the song. If you think he's walking garbage, you'll still think he's walking garbage. None of this is going to change your mind about Enzo or Real One or Eric or whatever you want to call him. He did also thank fans for, and these are his words, for stalking his accuser's social media. Probably should have been a way better choice of words. Basically, he was thanking fans for going through his accuser's social media, finding inconsistencies such as the YouTube video where she talked about faking a pregnancy to get back at a boyfriend, the text messages and that where she was apparently coherent the night of said incident. He said, thanks to you guys, because you guys have made my lawyer's job so much easier. Honestly, I probably didn't need a lawyer because of you guys. Thank you so much. Clearly, he's a little bitter about the way things went. He's even been saying, going as far as saying that he had no idea about the accusations, which a lot of sources said that's the reason he was let go from WWE, is because he knew about the allegations and did not tell them. And in a WWE contract, it does state that anything of that nature needs to be reported immediately to management. So there's a lot of he said. We'll probably not hear the other side of things for a while, especially the WWE side. But who knows? Maybe this rap thing will work out for him. But yeah, that happened. I really don't know what else to say about it. I mean, I can understand him being happy and thanking fans. He also in the song slams the fans that just believed what they saw online, things of that nature. And yeah, like I said, you know what's going on. None of this is probably going to change your opinion of Enzo More or Real One or Eric Art in any way, shape, or form. Um, so if he's done with that, let's just move on from things. Um, if you think he should get hit by a bus, you're probably still gonna think he should get hit by a bus, like a very big bus, like with Brock Lesnar driving. I think about that one. That was one of the ones I saw, or was it Sandra Bullock driving? I don't know. It's probably Sandra Bullock driving. Um, which because I appreciated the speed reference. As long as it wasn't Speed 2, that movie was horrible. And now I'm rambling, and I still need to move on with something else for the show. Now, the last thing I want to cover on this episode is something very interesting that I happened to have found over the weekend. I believe it was the Combo Breaker tournament. The Capcom released the gameplay trailer for Cody for Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I talking about video games on a wrestling show, especially a non-wrestling video game? Well, let's just take a little watch.
Oh, Mayor Cody Travers.
Mayor Cody, pleased to make your acquaintance.
Now look, I told you, I don't need anything from you.
Oh, this you want to see. Turn on your TV.
Now, of course, a lot of people who are wrestling fans will notice the two people involved in the making of this trailer. As you can see, the character of Cody in the live action segment was actually played by Kenny Omega. And if you listen closely, you'll know that the voice on the phone is Xavier Woods. For those of you that don't know, the two have had quite the video game rivalry when it comes to Street Fighter V. The two actually met at the 2016 CEO tournament, and Cody, Kenny actually beat Xavier quite soundly. Of course, they did do a run back this past year, 2017, with Xavier beating Kenny actually at his own game, Tekken 7, which had been sponsoring New Japan and actually had the opportunity to customize your character, where your character could join Bullet Club. Apparently, Capcom reached out to the two of them and said, "Hey, guys want to help out with this?" And they did, and I just thought it was something kind of a fun, with the little Easter egg for wrestling fans, and there's even a little other Easter egg too. For those of you familiar with the original game Final Fight, they basically did with Cody what they did with Mike Hager in the intro. Looks like the mayor's about to clean up. So what did you guys think of one of the topics I covered on this episode of The Guido Goes Off? As always, leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can talk to me via my social media. And as always, feel free to like this video, share it with everyone you know, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. So until next time, I am the Guido, and I think we're done here.